Hey guys, welcome to reading day 33. So our target today is I can make connections to other texts, which means we're going to make a connection. My books are all over the place. A connection between our book we read earlier in the week, Welcome Home Bear, and Black Bears. So in our book, Welcome Home Bear, we thought a lot about the black bears or the bears home and why it was perfect for him. So if we look in our text and we look at some of the ways that the other habitats were not so good for bear. So for example, remember the mole lives underground. Could bear fit down there? No. And do you think he could find his food down there? Definitely not. So I know when we read our book, Black Bears, it taught us a lot about what bears eat. So if I were to find it in my table of contents, finding food on page 8. So it says, in the spring, black bears wake up and search for food. At first, they find green shoots of plants. Later, bears look for nuts and berries. Do you think that bears can find nuts and berries underground? No way. No. So the forest provides sorry, this is a really big book. The forest provides a perfect habitat for bears because they can find all of the food that they need in their habitat. So that is our way we are answering this question. So last week we thought about how habitats keep animals safe. This week we thought a lot about how they find food. So I'm going to say find kind of sideways, sorry guys, find food. So what makes a habitat a home? It is safe and animals can find food. That's my dryer. Find food, okay? So that is our connection between our two texts. We found out a lot of different habitats that bear went to because he was so bored with his home. He's like, I need to go somewhere else. Do you think he can find any nuts and berries in the Arctic with polar bear? No, 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 no. Do you think that polar bear could find fish in the desert? No, no, no. So it's really important that an animal's habitat is a place where they can find food, okay? When we go find food, we just go to the grocery store. But for animals, they live in habitats where they feel safe and they can find food, okay? All right, so we're going to do a close reading on our book, Black Bears, and we're going to think about a couple things. The first thing we're going to think about is words with short I. Then we're going to think of words with short A. Then words with letter blends FL and ST. And lastly, words with SP and ND, or letter blends SP and ND. So I'm going to go to the first page, page 10. This is our close readings. We're going to look really close at all the words. All right, so our first one is short O and short I. Black bears also eat small animals and insects. So insects. So that's our short I sound. They look for insects under rocks and logs. So if we look at our word logs, it has our short O sound. Logs. Logs. They dig. So here's our short I sound. Dig. Short I. They dig with their claws. A-W-A. Claws. Okay. Now we're going to look for words with short A. This book is so big. Short A sound. Black bears find food by smell. This bear has, we work our word has, has caught a fish. Look, an A-U-G-H, caught a fish. Bears must eat a lot in spring and summer. They must put on fat. So here is another short A sound. Fat for the winter. And I know Elias knows this word winter. All right, let's go to our next close reading page on page 16. We are looking at words with FL and ST. So black bears walk full at. flat, that FL letter blend, flat on their feet. Just, and here's a word of the week, just, that ST letter blend, as people do. The bears can run faster. I see an ST letter blend, faster than people can. So bears are much faster than us. All right, our next close reading page is on page 20. All right, here we go. We are looking at words with the letter blends SP and ND. Some bears gather where there is plenty of food. Some bears spend. So that is our word that has the SP letter blend and the ND letter blend. So most bears spend. And I know we already wrote that word for phonics. Spend. This book is so big. Spend their days alone. All right, you guys, that is it for reading this week. We're all done thinking about black bears and bears. So we found out last week that what makes a habitat a home, it is safe and you can find food. Super important that in the habitat that the animal can find their food. All right, guys, go ahead and head to writing day 33.